two nuns are moving toward a door that Burke and Irene to the icebox where Victoria's body was deposited. Victoria is sitting up when he left her body lying down, as Frenchie points out. When Victoria's fingers are forced open, Burke discovers the key in her hand. After that, they carry her remains to a decent grave to bury her. Burke spots fresh blood on the stairs where Frenchie discovered Victoria's death as he makes his way back toward the abbey. They then enter the chapel but are unable to do so quite yet. The abbess, Gabrielle Downey, welcomes them and explains that they are taking a vow of silence for Victoria and that they can enter the following day. While Frenchie departs, Burke and Irene head to their rooms. As he passes through the shadowy trees, he notices what appears to be Victoria going through them. When he pursues her, a demon nun attacks him. Frenchie picks up a cross off the ground and carries it with him as he leaves. Irene describes to Burke a string of childhood visions she had, each of which ended with the words, "Mary points the way." Burke then recounts a situation in France where he was called to exorcise a young kid named Daniel who had been possessed. Daniel, Auguste Maturo, was the victim of the incident. Despite Burke's best efforts, the exorcism left the youngster with mortal injuries, and Burke has since been tormented by remorse. Frenchie is in a tavern when he learns that one of the customer's 12-year-old daughter apparently saw something terrible and killed herself by hanging. The bartender informs Frenchie that Burke and Irene might wind up becoming the next victims after hearing that Frenchie traveled to the abbey with them. Burke tries to enter the abbey once more, but each time he does, the abbess greets him and informs him there is no other way in. Burke goes to inquire the abbess about the key he discovered with Victoria, but she informs him that it is too late and that Irene has gone missing. Irene sees another terrifying image of Valak and then wakes up. She leaves her chamber and the evil nun attacks her once more. Burke hears the noise and rushes to save her, but when Frenchie arrives with a shotgun, he too is attacked. While an evil entity carves a pentagram into Irene's back, she locates the other nuns and begins to pray with them. When Irene next sees what appears to be Ona's dead body, she swiftly recognizes that Ona and the other nuns were actually visions rather than actual people. The three come together as they understand that Victoria wasn't actually trying to kill herself. Rather, she gave herself up so that Valak couldn't take over her body and inflict terror. In order to locate the object containing Christ's blood, they enter the catacombs. Irene understands that the phrase, "Mary points the way," refers to the statue of Mary, which actually shows them where they might find the artifact. Sure enough, after opening its chamber with Victoria's key, they locate the vial containing the blood. Soon after, Valak reappears and assaults the group. While Burke is being attacked by the demon Daniel, he begins to attempt to possess Irene. Irene is briefly possessed, but Frenchie frees her by spitting blood on her. Irene asks Frenchie what his real name is, and he replies that it's Maurice as the group exits the convent. The back of Maurice's neck then reveals an upside-down cross that has been burned there. The movie ends with a modern-day scene from the original, Conjuring, movie, where Carolyn Perron, Lily Taylor, is listening to Ed and Lorraine Warren, Patrick Wilson and Vera Farmiga, speak at a seminar about their experience with the possessed Maurice, who eventually committed himself. She experienced images as a result of his touch with Lorraine, and sadly, it wasn't the last time she would run with Valak.